Something bugging you? Come on in. Let's go for a drive. Drew Worsham.
Yes,
Hey man,
sir.
welcome to What's Bugging You with me and Roscoe.
Yeah,
This is your first ride in Roscoe. I do know that.
This is, yes, and I love it, and I'm both nervous. I feel like we just fall apart.
I'm very confident you are the tallest person to ride in Roscoe. How tall are you?
6'6". My knees are in this dashboard, and it's pushed all the way back. I'm pretty much in the back seat.
That would have been easier. Take the back seat, take the front seat out.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about something that's bugging me.
Okay.
And that is, really, it's magicians that claim to be Christians.
Okay.
Because magic. So here I live in Manitou Springs, Colorado.
Okay.
There's a higher, population of witches. I mean, the Wiccan population here is off the charts as far as maybe if the Cauldron is a new shop that was right down on the corner this way. It's called the Cauldron. So there are spell books, and the Apothecary was right back down that street. So you can buy different ingredients for potions. Right here is a new Authentic, some other new age spiritualist kind of thing, chakra balancing.
Gosh.
Yeah. Coming up down here on the right is where you can have your a psychic reading, tarot cards, and everything else. Okay, so.
Whoa. So this is like maybe the most like densely popular. I mean, for like the size.
It sure seems like
that. Yeah.
So that's just the case. So when Christians come around that are magicians, that claim to be magicians, well, they're just participating in the witchcraft that's going on. I'm bringing this up because Drew is a professional magician.
Context changes things.
Illusionist, mentalist.
Yes.
You go by a variety of names.
Yes.
And when you spoke to our Christian students, you said, okay, I'm not a magician.
Yes.
Of course, then you do your tricks, and you have not
like
convinced
magic.
them there.
Yeah.
All right, so you get this challenge often.
Yes.
In fact, one of my students asked, okay, I just want to confirm there's no witchcraft going on here.
Yes.
So how did you respond? Like, how do you respond when people challenge you in this way?
Yeah. Well, the way that student responded, like double checking, like, wait, is this witchcraft? First off, it's kind of a compliment because what I hear is more, wow, that was so impressive that there is no explanation, which as an artist and a creative, that's what you're going for. But to be very, very clear, like nothing I do, like especially with you have like the Bible that talks about, witchcraft and magic, which is what we're seeing in the city. It's nowhere near what I do as an art form. Magic's just a word that's been used for a couple centuries in talking about the theater performers that do things that are unexplainable. Mm-hmm. Cut a woman in half, make a rabbit disappear and pop out of a hat. Like that's the theater version of a magician. And most people in pop culture know that. Mm-hmm. They're not thinking that when I say, I'm a professional touring magician, they're not like, oh, you were dealing with the occult and with witchcraft. But definitely in like Christian circles, I want to be really clear to make that distinction that what you see, they're just illusions, they're just tricks. Mm-hmm. So, and everything I do is actually more in the category of mentalism, which is that of like mind reading and stuff like that.
Which probably comes across as even more.
Yes, because it's even more unexplainable. Like you're telling me about family members and about hobbies that didn't tell you about. How do you know these things? So, but yes, there are tricks. There's psychology, sleight of hand, all that stuff.
So part of this is deception.
Yes.
I bet you get this challenge too. Okay, so let's set that aside. You're still deceiving people.
Yes.
And you claim to be a Christian, and you're supposed to be a truth teller. So what's up with that?
Oh man. That is spot on. I don't claim to have any abilities or powers. Like I'm quick to tell people this is psychology, It is illusions. But you're right. Wait, but you're lying. But I would say it's in the context of theater. One of the examples that I would use, we have all these, a lot of these Christian movies that are or Christian influenced movies like Facing the Giants or Fireproof or movies like that. And we go to the theater and we pay to see these movies. And what's interesting is no one gets frustrated at, Kirk Cameron for lying to the audience and pretending to be a firefighter or pretending to be married to that woman, because we realize that there's a bigger story and that it's theater. No one's like, wait a second, are you trying to, trick me? There's no such thing as Iron Man. No, it's a movie, and we know that, and we allow ourselves to get caught up in the wonder of theater in order to experience a bigger story.
Well, wonder is definitely something that you bring to your audiences. You came in to speak with my students this week, not about magic, though you did use some of your tricks and illusions and mentalism to spark curiosity in our students, which was the content of this week.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, you're off the charts for my students that have come up and told me that was my favorite professor. So,
and I'm not even a professor.
Well, you are this week. All right, so just give us some insight. You piqued their curiosity the first night with the show, I guess, that you did.
Yeah.
But from there, why has this become the topic of such interest for you, such that you're traveling around the world, and this is something that you're beginning to talk about more and more and more, and people are desiring for you to talk about it.
Yeah.